Can a nonprofit make a profit? The answer is yes, and it is necessary that they do. One of those reasons is because you want to have operating reserves. And if you don't have a year in which your income exceeds your expenses, you'll never grow that operating reserve. I'll link to another post here so you can learn more about what's good to have in your reserves. So why is the term nonprofit used? Well, it's a statement that individuals cannot personally profit or benefit from the organization's activities. Okay, so let me spell out a few little further in some of the common guidelines for nonprofits. Number one, board members cannot be paid for their service on the board. Number two, the top executives' compensation should be set by an independent committee, and that they should set that salary by using market supported research or rates for compensation. Little side note, family members of the executive should also be a part of the consideration of that independent compensation committee. Okay, number three, you cannot distribute the profit in a year in the way that a for-profit company would. So for example, in a for-profit company, it's not uncommon for the owners to see, oh, we made a 5% greater profit than we planned, so let's distribute to everyone a 5% bonus or something like that. Well, in a nonprofit, you cannot do that, although it definitely requires a board look if you are in a situation that giving or income was over your expenses, and maybe you forewent salaries this year, or were only able to offer a lower percentage of increase than what you planned. Well, it's a good time to give a bonus, and having resources to do it makes it possible. It just cannot be tied to that profit number. It needs to be a decision that's made in, kind of more from a what seems appropriate standpoint than it's driven by a percentage. The last example that I have for you today is that it's unethical to tie the compensation of a fundraising position to the amount of dollars that they raise. Yeah, I know. In a for-profit commission-oriented world, that doesn't make sense. You want to reward someone for what they've done. Well, it actually creates a conflict of interest when an individual is asking a donor for a gift, when in fact part of that gift is basically going to them personally. So how do you do it? Well, you want to set a salary for your fundraising positions that is based on the role and the responsibility they have, and it needs to be supported by market research. Naturally, someone in an organization raising $100,000 would be paid less than someone in an organization raising $1 million. So you get the point. Obviously, it does change based on the amount that's being raised. It's just not directly a percentage that's tied to that. Okay, so as we wrap up this year, my prayer is that you would end the year in abundance. I'm praying for favor on your mission. I'm praying that you would just have all of what you need to continue to do the work coming into the new year. And I want you to know that I'm here for you. Next year, again, I'll be offering my Financially Thriving Nonprofit course. It's a course where I try to break down the 25 plus years of my experience and in the financial arena of nonprofits and hone them into some very actionable and helpful tools that I think will be a blessing to you, or maybe a board member or a financial staff member, whether you're the executive in the nonprofit. I hope you'll consider joining me for that course this year. You can jump on my website today and sign up. I look forward to supporting and serving you with more of these posts every week.